Thank you for joining us for this episode of Comply on the Fly with M3 and Karen B. Comply on the Fly is your trusted weekly resource for reliable insight and quick answers on common employee benefits compliance questions. Please note, this podcast and the contents herein do not constitute legal advice. Seek the advice of counsel for any employee benefits compliance-related guidance or strategy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karen B. And the Comply on the Fly question of the week is, do we need an SPD for dental coverage as well as medical? Well, this question comes from a listener to our monthly webinar series. In October 2022, we covered basic documentation required under ERISA, or Employee Retirement Income Security Act, and more specifically, plan documents and SPDs, or summary plan descriptions. For welfare benefit plans, which are typically medical, dental, vision, disability, and life insurance plans, plan sponsors, which generally are employers, must have a plan document that describes the benefits, exclusions, claims procedures, appeals procedures, and other requirements. Think of this as the document you get from your carrier. If you wanted to look to see if something was covered under the plan, this is the document you would refer to. Plan sponsors also must provide information about themselves, such as an address, an EIN, service of process, and information about the plan itself, such as a plan number that starts with a 5, a plan name, and a plan year. This information is generally not provided by a carrier, and so the plan sponsor must have some sort of wraparound document that includes such information and also incorporates the plan document or information provided by the carrier. If you are self-funded for medical, meaning you don't contract with a health insurance carrier, and or dental, because you could be self-funded for dental as well, this can get confusing because you may get both types of information in one document from the third-party administrator. But then maybe you have other plans like disability or life insurance where you work with carriers and you only have plan documents from those carriers. The question today, do we need an SPD for dental as well as medical, will depend on the documentation you already have. Do you have documents for both medical and dental that explain the plan benefits? If so, do each also have information about you as the plan sponsor? If not, you will want to implement an SPD document that either wraps around each benefit document separately, essentially creating several ERISA plans, or a SPD wrap document that wraps around all welfare benefit plans. How many ERISA plans you have and how many wrap SPDs you have is up to you as the plan sponsor. I will say that these days we do see a lot of plan sponsors wrapping all welfare benefit plans together under one SPD. Now remember, you can't wrap welfare benefits and retirement benefits into one plan. Those have to be separate. So the answer today, with all the background information, is to have plan documents for both benefits, but how to incorporate the SPDs or SPD is up to you. And that is your Comply on the Fly question of the week. Thanks for tuning in.
What's on your mind? If you have a pressing compliance question, send it to askkarenb@m3ins.com. We'll do our best to cover it in an upcoming episode. You can now follow and subscribe to Comply on the Fly on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. Make sure to tune in next week and encourage others to join us.